Congress President Rahul Gandhi's latest statements on Jaish chief Masood Azhar has sparked a massive row. Addressing a Congress booth workers' rally in Delhi, Rahul Gandhi called Masood Azhar Masood's G, while claiming that the Pulwama attack plotter was earlier released from jail by the then BJP government. BJP has now slammed Rahul Gandhi for his remarks and demanded an apology from him. BJP leaders claim that Rahul loves terrorists and that he suffers from selective learning of history. Congress, on the other hand, downplayed Rahul's remarks as sarcasm and accused the BJP of deliberately trying to twist Rahul's statements. Congress further claimed that BJP was politicizing the forces.
आपको याद होगा जब इनकी पिछली सरकार थी तो एयरक्राफ्ट में मसूद अजहर जी के साथ बैठकर जो आज नेशनल सिक्योरिटी एडवाइजर हैं अजीत डोवल मसूद अजहर को जाकर कांदाहार में हवाले करके आ गए थे.
Anybody who puts India first across this country or across the world for that matter, will they have a modicum of respect for a terrorist who has ensured the death of innocent civilians? Will they have a modicum of respect for a man who has tried to terrorize not only innocent civilians but also ensured that paramilitary forces, armed forces personnel are targeted deliberately and brought to death? Can anybody comprehend respect for such a terrorist? So it is beyond me, those who claim that this might be a Freudian slip. In fact, if you look at the depths of all the theses that Freud had produced, जो दिल में था राहुल गांधी के, वो ज़बान पे आया है.
देखो, ये जरूरी नहीं है किस नाम से बुलाओ. सबसे जरूरी है कि अजहर मसूद जो है वो हिंदुस्तान के लिए और कश्मीर के लिए विशेष रूप से पूरे देश के लिए भी और देश के अंदर जो हमारा प्रदेश है जम्मू कश्मीर आतंक के द्वारा एक बहुत बड़ी मुसीबत बनी.
Rag Darbari, in a Darbar culture, questions are not asked. Okay? We have seen on the channel, including on your channel, how he has called Masood Azhar Z. Okay? It was not sarcastic or something witty at all. Even Rahul Gandhi lacks any kind of humor or wit. But that's a different matter. But what is a problem for me today, a very serious problem, that Rahul Gandhi and his entire team is seeking evidence as to what happened in Balakot, the bravery of Air Force. They don't trust our chair chief. They don't trust, I wish to compliment you and your channel for the way you have exposed today as to how the attack has happened.
The people behind the terror attack in Pulwama were handheld and taken on a private charter jet by the current National Security Advisor. How can one forget that it was Mr. Narendra Modi who invited ISI to India to investigate the Pathankot airbase attack?
And whether Congress party would like it or not, Rahul Gandhi's remarks have in fact refreshed the memories of Congress leader Digvijay Singh honoring terrorists Osama bin Laden and Masood Azhar back in 2011 and 2013. Let's listen in.
मिलिट्री एकेडमी के 100 गज दूर पर ये ओसामा जी जो हैं कई वर्षों से रह रहे थे.
हाफिज सईद साहब, जहां तक सवाल उनका है, वो तो साफ है कि उनके आतंकवादी गतिविधियों में वे शामिल हैं और प्रमाणित है और पाकिस्तान हुकूमत उनका संरक्षण कर रही है, ये बात भी साबित है.
My colleague Tanushri Pandey is now joining me live from the India Today newsroom. Tanushri, very good morning. Now, because of this entire controversy, one thing is clear, we are in the election year, so anything on whether Rahul Gandhi's remarks are sarcasm or reverence, everything becomes debatable.
Oh yes, absolutely, Grehan. Well, as you have rightly mentioned, it's the election season and the politicians, especially the big leaders, should be absolutely careful of what they say, because it's not just the media, just the cameras which are looking, monitoring them. It's also the opposition parties and their army of, IT cell members who are just waiting for one such statement which can be taken up out of context. And this is, I think, what has exactly happened with Rahul Gandhi yesterday when he was addressing the DPCC booth workers. Though the Congress is saying that he made a satirical comment and a sarcastic comment, and he said that Masood Azhar ji, NSA Ajit Doval, was traveling in a jet with Masood Azhar ji, and that statement was taken out of context by the BJP IT cell members. And as soon as the speech hit the social media, it was taken up by the BJP, by their IT cell members, and they started counter-attacking Rahul Gandhi, and a hashtag saying Rahul loves terrorists started trending, within no time on social media. So I think this is a classic example of what happened with Rahul Gandhi. His statement, which the Congress is now saying was made in a sarcastic tone, was taken out of context. But whatever that is, whatever the Congress has an explanation to do, but I think it's too late, and now it has been used as an ammunition by the opposition party against Rahul Gandhi in this big election season. And anything can go wrong, and especially against these big political leaders, because one such ammunition opposition party gets, and it can fail this entire game for the political leaders in this big Lok Sabha game, Greha.
Absolutely, Tanushi. Thank you so much for joining us early this morning. Now, there seems to be no end to politics over Pulwama terror attacks. Now, Samajwadi Party leader Azam Khan has sparked a massive controversy by claiming that the votes are being fetched in the name of surgical strikes by the BJP and in the names of the lives of army jawans. The BJP has now hit back at Azam Khan and termed his statement shameful. But this is not the first time when the Samajwadi Party leader has made a controversial comment over the airstrikes that were carried out by the Indian Air Force in Pakistan's Balakot on February 26th as a retaliatory action against the Pulwama terror attacks, in which 40 CRPF jawans lost their lives. Khan had earlier drawn huge flack after he'd said that incidents like Pulwama were bound to happen.
पहली बार ऐसा हुआ है कि सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक्स के नाम पर वोट मांगे जा रहे हैं, यानी फौजियों की जिंदगियों पर वोट गिने जा रहे हैं, बक्से भरे जा रहे हैं। ये पहली बार हो रहा है कि सरहदों का भी सौदा हो गया, वर्दियों का सौदा हो गया, सरों का सौदा हो गया, खून का सौदा हो गया। इस पर सरकारें नहीं बनना चाहिए। इस पर सरकारें बने, लेकिन चुनाव की रणनीति नहीं तय होना चाहिए।
देखिए, मोहम्मद आजम खां का बयान बहुत शर्मनाक है। सपा अध्यक्ष श्रीमान अखिलेश यादव इस पर अपना स्पष्टीकरण दें कि वो इस देश की सेना के साथ हैं या फिर बुद्ध-जबानी पर उतारू आजम खां जैसे नेता के साथ हैं।
India is stepping up heat on Pakistan globally after Pulwama terror attacks. Now, India and the United States have agreed that Pakistan must take concerted action to dismantle terrorist infrastructure and deny safe haven to all terror groups on its soil. This as Foreign Secretary Vijay Gokhale held talks with Secretary of State Mike Pompeo in the United States of America. This was the highest level meeting between the two countries after the Pulwama terror attacks that escalated the Indo-Pak tensions. During this meeting, Gokhale and Pompeo agreed that those who support or abet terrorism in any form should be held accountable. Pompeo was directly in touch with the leadership of India and Pakistan and monitored the developments after the Pulwama attack to ensure that the security situation in South Asia region did not deteriorate. The Congress is all set to launch its campaign for the upcoming polls from Prime Minister Narendra Modi's bastion, Gujarat. Congress has chartered a day-long program in Ahmedabad and Gandhinagar to deliver a political message. The election campaign will begin with a prayer meet at Gandhi Ashram in Ahmedabad, followed by a small roadshow, Sardar Patel National Memorial, where the Congress Working Committee will be meeting. Congress's highest decision-making body will be meeting in Gujarat after 58 years. This will be newly appointed Congress General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi's first Congress Working Committee meeting. And sources have said that the CWC will release resolutions on failure of the Modi government in the last 5 years and will also review party's preparedness ahead of the polls. The Congress Working Committee meeting will be followed by a public meeting at Tri Mandir in Gandhinagar, where a Patidar leader Hardik Patel will officially be joining Congress. In the run-up to Lok Sabha polls, Union Minister Arun Jaitley has launched an all-out attack on the opposition. Jaitley in a blog attacks the opposition, claiming that the Gathbandhan was a self-destructive coalition of rivals. He's also said that the Mahagathbandhan is conflicting, targeting Rahul Gandhi, Mayawati and Mamata Banerjee. Jaitley called the Congress president an inadequate leader who aspires to become the leader of a chaotic pack. He further said that West Bengal Chief Minister's remark on policy issues were retrograde, and he also accused the BSP chief of wanting only a strong BSP and a weaker Congress.
ये सत्ता के लिए और नेगेटिविटी के लिए किया गया गठबंधन है। सेल्फ डिस्ट्रक्शन के लिए मैं इसे नहीं मानता, क्योंकि ये तो सभी के सब पावर सीकर है। कांग्रेस पार्टी को बीजेपी की सरकार मंजूर थी जो 2098 में बनी। गैर कांग्रेसी सरकार उसको मंजूर नहीं थी, चाहे वो देवेगौड़ा की हो, चाहे वो गुजराल की हो, चाहे वो चंद्रशेखर की हो, चाहे वो चरण सिंह की हो।
It's interesting that the finance minister of India finds so much time on a self-destructive, as per him, Mahagathbandhan to comment on it, and which Mahagathbandhan is meaning according to them. So no Mahagathbandhan exists. So I would say that Jaitley has always been a little confused, as can be seen in his various declarations, even the handling of the economy. He can write all the blogs he wants. We are fighting elections on the ground.
The Election Commission declared dates for the Lok Sabha elections on Sunday evening, and it also announced dates for assembly elections in 4 states but not in Jammu and Kashmir. Only parliamentary elections will be held in the state in 4 phases. Now, this has irked the political fraternity of the valley, but people are divided in their opinion. Here's a ground report by Kamaljeet Sandhu.
At this stage, to announce only schedule of the parliament elections in Jammu and Kashmir. The Commission will be regularly and on real-time basis monitoring the situation in Jammu and Kashmir and continue to take inputs from all necessary quarters, and decision-taking holding legislative assemblies in Jammu and Kashmir will be taken soon.
Prompt came the reaction from the 2 mainstream political party leaders. Both Omar Abdullah of National Conference and Mehbooba Mufti of PDP, united in their criticism of the centre, took to social media.
जब हजारों लोग इलेक्शन में शामिल हुए, जिस तरह वो कहते हैं, और उस वक्त सारी सिक्योरिटी भी थी, पंचायत के पूरे इलेक्शन हुए, म्युनिसिपल कमिटीज के इलेक्शन हुए, टाउन एरिया कमिटीज के इलेक्शन हुए, अच्छी तरह से हो गए। आज इन्हें क्या खतरा लगने लगा, जबकि फौज इससे भी ज्यादा है।
Exactly 6 days before, on 4th March, a team of Election Commission headed by the Chief Election Commissioner Sunil Arora himself was in the valley to review poll preparedness in the state. Almost all mainstream political parties in Jammu and Kashmir unanimously asked the Commission to hold assembly elections along with the parliamentary elections. Sunday's announcement created a disenchantment in political circles as people remain divided in their opinion.
Since you know the delicacy of the political system in Kashmir, and if it is further alienated politically, and there is no participation, there is no elections in a span of 2 or 3 months, it will be, I think, it will become as a herd without any master.
इस वक्त मेरे ख्याल से इलेक्शन जो कि इलेक्शन कमीशन साहब ने पिछले दिन जो ऐलान हुआ है कि यहाँ पे पार्लियामेंट इलेक्शन पहले करवाएंगे हम, और वो जो असेंबली इलेक्शन है वो सितंबर में होने जा रहा है, शायद सितंबर अक्टूबर में होने जा रहा है। मेरे ख्याल से ये बहुत अच्छा है।
Elections were held in November 2018 for some 35,000 panchayat seats in the state. That election was boycotted by both the PDP and the NC, but under stiff security, the panchayat elections had gone off without any major incidents of violence. But the practical outcome of those elections are still in doubt in people's minds, since many of those elected have not been able to take up their duties and responsibilities.
Behind me is one of the boulevard hotels where families of panchas and sarpanchas stay. It's been 6 months since those elections, yet there is a security threat. And this is why the security scenario seems to be one of the biggest concerns of Election Commission. With camera person Ritesh, this is Kamalji Sandhu in Srinagar for India Today.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.